Hello everyone! In the previous videos we've learned what MCP is and how it works. Now it's time to actually build something. By the end of this video you will have your first working MCP server running in Cursor. Let's go! Here is what we're building today. A simple Python server with one tool called getGreeting. Cursor will connect to it, and when you ask it to greet you, it will use your tool to generate a personalized message. Simple, but it covers all the basics you need to know. We are using the official Python SDK from Anthropic. This is the same SDK we use in all their examples. We'll be using FastMCP, which is the modern, simple way to build MCP servers. I'll link it in the description. Alright, let's build this thing. I'm using UV to manage Python dependencies. I link the UV homepage in the description if you want to check it out. You can also use pip or poetry, whatever works for you. The important part is getting the MCP SDK installed. Now let's install MCP SDK. We are using the CLI extras. This gives us the MCP dev command for testing. Great, dependencies are installed. Now let's write the server. I will create a new file called hello.mcp.py. With FastMCP, this is super simple. First, we need to import the package. Then create a server. That's the step 1. Create the server and give it a name. Now let's define a tool using the decorator. That's it. The decorator turns this function into MCP tool. FastMCP reads the docstring for the description, uses the hints for the schema, and the arg section tells what each parameter does. No manual JSON schemas, no complex boilerplate. FastMCP does it all for you. And that's the entire server. Seriously, 5 lines of actual code. FastMCP handles starting server, registering tools, all of it. Let's test it before connecting to Cursor. We can use MCP dev tool to inspect our server. And look at that. MCP dev opens a web-based inspector in our browser. On the left, we can see what it's configured with our command. Now let's connect to our server. And we are connected. Now I can see all the tabs, resources, prompts, tools, all the MCP primitives we talked about in the previous videos. Let's click on tools. Now list the tools. Here's our greetings tool. I can click on it to see the details. Perfect. Here's the description of our tool and the parameter. And I can even test it right here. Look at this. Tool result is success. And here our response. Alright, server works perfectly. Let me close this and connect it to Cursor. In the Cursor, I'll open Cursor settings and go to Tools and MCP section. And here we can add our server configuration. Let me paste mine. Here we need to use a full path to UV library and full path to our Python file. And that's the same list of arguments MCP dev tool used before. If you are using pip instead of UV, your configuration would be simpler. Just use Python as a command and a full path to your file as a single argument. Now saving the settings, and sometimes Cursor needs to restart to pick up new server. And here it is. Our server is connected and ready to test. Now let's open the chat and ask Cursor to use our tool. And look at this, it is using our tool, which we need to accept. And we get back, hello Vitaly, welcome to MCP. That's coming straight from our Python server. That's it, your first MCP server is running and connected to Cursor. In the next video, we will expand this server, add multiple tools, explore resources, and see how to handle more complex data. I will also push all the code from this server to GitHub. Check the description for the link. But for now, you've got a foundation, a working MCP server in Python, tested with MCP dev and connected to Cursor. See you next time.